Gerald Chambers, back at you with another video. Well, I want to talk about a couple things. One, I want to thank the people over at Cronin House that had me come in. Cronin House in Hayward is a drug and alcohol treatment program. In Hayward, California, they invited me to come in and speak to their folks. Really appreciated them. Great crowd, great people, trying to recover a day at a time. And we were just talking about recovery, chopping it up. And I wanted to also invite you guys to join the channel, invite you to subscribe. You know, I'm trying to make videos for you that have to do with living one day at a time without the use of drugs, to help you improve your family life, to help you improve your parenting, help you improve your relationships. Now, I know that some of you everybody's got one person in their family that's on drugs or behaving in a way that's not cool. Smash the like button, forward these videos, look at these videos with family and friends and potential girlfriends and boyfriends and all that, and talk about the material. Pass them around. I need you to be promiscuous with them. I need you to, we got to grow the channel. I'm asking you to help me, help you improve the quality of your life. Now, everyone doesn't know that recovery is possible. That's why I make these videos. Some people think that once an addict, always an addict, and that you'll never change. And they may continue to think that, but you don't need to think that as a recovering person. Change is possible. You can change. But you need help. If you could have figured out how to change your life, you would have done it already. You need help. That's part of being a human being. Human beings navigate through relationships with others. That's how we learn how to do things. That's why parenting is so important. Skill building, helping children build their skills, not just being there, not just housing them and feeding them, but actually teaching them how to do things like math, like spelling, like a foreign language, like playing an instrument. Don't farm it out. We're talking about hands-on parenting. If a child doesn't see you do it, doesn't hear it coming from you, the likelihood of them hearing it come from someone else like a teacher or a tutor or a coach is not that great, because they already don't trust adults because they can't trust you. So I'm trying to encourage you to get with your kids, to help them, right? And so now if you happen to be like me and you didn't get it in your family, where you can get it is in recovery. You can get the support that you need through other recovering people, and after you get it, then you can give it away. But you can't give your kids anything that you don't have. So if you don't have a support group, if you don't have anybody listening to you, if you don't have anybody showing you how to live a day at a time without drugs, it's going to be hard for you to show your children how to do what they need to do. Right? And then the minute they realize that you can't show them how to navigate, the minute they realize you can't help them how to deal with a math class, and that you might punish them because they don't know how to do certain things, that's the beginning of the degeneracy. That's the beginning when they start hanging out with other children like them who are having problems at home. And one of them dudes might have some weed or some alcohol or a pistol, and they just decide, well, we're going to go out and figure out how to do it on our own. And so we need dads to go to class with your kids, go to school with them, and all that behavior will stop. Just show up at the school and sit in on the classes. Go see what your teacher is trying to teach them. Learn the lessons so you can teach them at home. We can't turn our children over to the institutions because the institutions can't be trusted to educate our children. Teachers are nice, teachers are trying, but teachers get paid whether they teach your child or not. And we got a funny way of pushing kids through school without them learning what they need to learn. That's why parents got to take the lead. Fathers got to take the lead, because most fathers teach the technical stuff. Moms can do it. LeBron's mom taught him, was practicing with him. But for the most part, it's dads that teach kids how to ride bikes, how to play catch, how to swim, how to run, how to play football, basketball. It's dads that do that. Moms can do it, but dads, when Your children watching you read as a father has a great impact on your child. They really want to be like you. I need you. I need you to spread these videos around. You see I only got about 5 or 6 followers. You see I only got a handful of subscribers. I need to get more, right? And I think I can earn your business. If you really did what I wanted you to do with these videos, you would be smashing the subscribe button. If you give these videos to your cousin or your brother or your uncle or your father or your mother or sister that might be on drugs, and look at them with them and talk to them about it, you might be able to let me do what I can do and talk to your family, and you don't have to do it. Let me do it. Have them call me. I'm in position to do it. I like doing it, right? And then you could go to my Heart Connections page and make a donation. Right here. Yeah, so I can make some more. I might get a better camera, better sound gear, get some animation, an editor, all that. $2, $2 or $3, that's all. Just make a donation if you think these are valuable. But anyway, you can't get loaded. Don't get loaded. Don't take the first one. Look, America. Now, we went through a George Floyd moment. Now America is going through her George Floyd moment. Right? We've been trying to tell them. They have a hard time listening to us. But what goes around comes around. If you go to meetings, you'll find that out. You'll understand what we mean when we say life on life's terms. Yeah. Yeah, some of you white folks that have smoked crack and shot heroin and smoked weed, you guys understand what it's like, because that's about as close as you're going to get to being black. So you have a different sensibility. So all white people are not bad, just like all black people are not good. Yeah. But we are having a George Floyd moment, and you can't take nothing. And we got to get in the street again. We got to fight for our rights. You know? We've been trying to tell you. So anyway, we still got to keep going, no matter what happens. So we need to make some changes. We need to get dads involved. We need to get dads in the schools. We need to be hands-on with educating our children. You know, like I was saying earlier, if the kid doesn't hear from you, it's going to be hard for them to hear from anybody else. They need to see you doing it. They need to see how you do it. You need to help them. So if it's something you don't know, you need to get with some people that do know so you can learn it, so you can give it to your children. So that the disease of addiction doesn't replicate itself, because it starts in the family. It doesn't start on the street. It starts with bad relationships between mom and dad, bad relationships between the parents and the children. And then once the kids start understanding that things aren't cool at home, they start hanging out with other children who find the same thing, that things aren't cool at home. And then those children usually have access to one of those kids has probably got access to the liquor cabinet or the medicine cabinet or the gun cabinet. And once they get involved in those kinds of behaviors, that's the beginning of the degeneracy. That's the beginning of the addiction. So we want to be able to talk about this kind of stuff with family and friends so that the disease of addiction doesn't replicate itself. That's why I'm making these videos, and that's why I need your help. We need to pass these things around. We need to talk about this. Even if you don't do nothing about it, you need to talk about it. At least you need to, we might not be able to win, but at least we can understand what the argument is. You know, at least we can understand where the fight is. And hopefully, like everything that I talk to you about is going to lead toward freedom. And if you can't make a plan and follow through on it, you're not free. See, freedom isn't, for those of you in drug treatment, freedom isn't just the ability to do whatever you want to do whenever you want to do it. That's probably why you ended up in treatment. Freedom is restraint. Freedom is what you don't do, what you don't say. If you can't make a plan to not use the first drug and follow through on it, you're not free. If you can't make a plan to change your life and follow it, you're not free. So I'm encouraging freedom over here. And so if you think these videos are useful and helpful, please smash the like button. Give one of these to your cousin and look at it with them. Look at them with your girlfriend. If you're vetting somebody, you dating somebody, you might want to look at these videos. Right? I got a whole bunch of them, a whole bunch of different ones. So until next time.